The United States government will enter into this conflict in Myanmar. I don't know when, but I do know why. And in this video, I will give you 2 reasons why. Hello everyone, I'm Asian Anthony. In this video, we're going to talk about the United States' role in the Myanmar conflict and how it just changed. Now everyone should know that today is May 24, 2026. Everything I'm going to discuss in this video is not even 4 days old. So this is all very brand new information. First, I want to tell you why America has not entered into the conflict in the past for 2 reasons, okay? The first reason is because there was not enough business interest. Unfortunately, the economy in Myanmar is just not big enough to put a dent in America's GDP. There wasn't enough trade going between the 2 countries such that it made sense for Americans to really care. And the second reason is because the average American just wasn't being hurt by the conflict in Myanmar. And there was no military threat, there were no Americans being kidnapped, so there really was no reason to involve ourselves. But that has just changed, and that is what we're going to talk about today. There's 2 things that we should know, 2 big developments. Now the first one is mostly about China. Now you have to realize when the conflict first started in 2010, China was not nearly as powerful or as influential as they are today. Recently, China has become kind of a bully to Myanmar, and they're going to use Myanmar as a way to gain access to the Bay of Bengal, which means they are not going to have to use the Strait of Malacca, and they're going to have access to new waterways. The reason why that's a problem for America is because we have spent billions, if not trillions of dollars on a containment strategy called the First Island Chain Strategy. So what is the First Island Chain Strategy? It's a network of military bases and countries in the Pacific Ocean set up such that the Chinese military could not just break out into the ocean and attack America or attack the rest of the world if they felt the need to. Okay, and this is why we now have business interests in this conflict, because if China can break through the First Island Chain Strategy, we lost billions, if not trillions of dollars in the defense spending, okay? So that is a huge. The second one, now this is where things get very interesting, okay? 2 days ago, May 2022, the United States Congress released a report. I have this report. If anybody wants to read this report, it's 60 pages, okay, I can give it to you. The Congress released a report that said that the scam centers in Myanmar have become a national security threat for the Americans. And this is because they have stolen 10 billion US dollars annually. So each year they're stealing $10 billion from the American people. Now, that's a lot of money for Myanmar. The GDP of Myanmar is only 65 billion. So $10 billion is more than enough to fund the military in Myanmar. Now, this same report also claims that the government of Myanmar is actually just pretending to shut down the scams. The report says that the Myanmar government will call the scam centers in the Mawadi border, tell them that they're about to shut them down so they can move the money out. They would send the police there, they would arrest the people, take some pictures, and then when the police were gone, they would just release the criminals again. And the government was in on it the whole time. And why wouldn't they be? The government needs that money. So now we have our 2 reasons. But please remember something. The current government of Myanmar actually likes Trump, okay? And he has been trying to normalize relations for many years now. And he's even complimented Trump. And Trump has even heard these compliments and changed some restrictions on the tariffs for the government officials here. So this does not mean that the United States government is going to take one side or the other, but it does mean that things have changed. The Congress has found a reason for us to enter into this conflict. Take note, 2026, 2027 is going to be a wild year for Myanmar.